Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I've got another recipe that I'm going to make, and this one I happened to find on Pinterest. Hi, Nico. Good to see you. This was from Pinterest. My daughter was looking for recipes this morning on Pinterest, and I thought, oh yeah, Pinterest has recipes too. Hi, Kadeen. Long time no see. Good to see you. So I thought I would go on Pinterest and see what I could find. Well, I happened to find a good dessert recipe that I want to do for you, and I'm going to lower my thing down so you can watch the food processor, because you can't see it the way it is now. I'll move this over a little bit so you can watch it work, because I have to tilt it down so you can watch, because basically you're going to see me doing everything from the food processor. If you don't see me much, that's okay. Okay, I will tell you what I'm putting in here right now. This has a half a cup of dates. They've already been pitted. Of course, I buy pitted dates anyway. He said to soak them for 10 minutes. Well, I had them soaked for about, I'm going to move this over just a little bit so I cut myself off. I had them soaking a lot longer than 10 minutes, for a few hours, because I was doing other things. Hi, Shorty. Good to see you. So I put those in here. Now I've measured out 3/4 cup of almond butter. I'm going to put that in here. I bought this a while back at the store, and it's organic almond butter. Hi, good to see you. Oh, I'm just fine. Good to see you. Welcome. Everything is done in a food processor or blender. I thought I would do it in here. Now it's going to call for a quarter cup of applesauce. I just turn around and take this measure up to a 1/4 cup and put applesauce in here instead. And like I said, it's organic. This makes this real nice. Whoops, is that I can just move it around, push it up a little too far. Let me wash my hands first. Sorry about that. Oh, hi Karen, good to see you. Welcome. Now I'm gonna measure out a 1/4 cup of applesauce. I've got to clean my mess up here a little bit. Okay. And like I said, this is organic. This is unsweetened. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. With the dates and everything, you don't need everything too sweet anyway, because the dates have a tendency to sweeten everything up. I'll rinse this off just a little bit. There. Now, it just calls for, first of all, you got to put the dates and the almond butter, and the applesauce, and you got to process that until well combined, because this goes in several steps to make this. So I will do this, process it until it's well combined. Plugged in. I don't even have it plugged in. I wonder why it wasn't going to work. It won't work unless I plug it in. Sorry about that. Sorry about my arm getting in the way, but I got to plug this in. There we go. All right, now. I'm going to scrape down the sides. Oh, it's well blended. I'll take my little spatula here and scrape down the sides. And I'll go to this step by step, what I'm adding as I'm going. Now I'm going to add the milk. We got milk. Let's see. Yeah, okay. The next thing I need is my milk. A half a cup or 1/4 cup of almond milk. I'll measure out a 1/4 cup from here. This is unsweetened almond milk. I didn't think it had to be sweetened, so this is the unsweetened. Whoa, this is brand new. So I hope I don't make a mess pouring this out. Wants to go all over my counter, but I did get it in here. So I'll pour this in here, and I'll clean up my. Hi. Good to see you. Welcome. When you start, oh, I see is Alexis in here and Erlene's in here. Welcome to everybody coming on. I told Erlene I was going to do this recipe. So, okay. Then I'm going to process this now. and get it all mixed in. I'm supposed to slowly add it, but I didn't want to take the time to do that, so I just went ahead and poured it in there. Wow, it's beginning to look really good. The next thing I have to do now is I have to add a quarter cup, it's a quarter cup of oat flour. What I did is I took some oats that I had, and I've got a coffee grinder. I could have done it in the Vitamix, but I thought it was a lot easier in a coffee grinder. I took the coffee grinder, and I took some oats, and I just ground them up. Oh, you do it in your blender? Yeah, I probably could have, Erlene, but I didn't want to take the time to, so I just, so I'm adding my oats. Then I got to add baking soda. Now, the baking soda I have is aluminum free, as I showed you this from before. A teaspoon and a half of baking soda. Because we don't want to use anything that's got aluminum in it. Your baking powder, both my baking powder and baking soda are aluminum free. So we can use them. Then I have to, vanilla and salt. Okay, now I'm going to find out how much vanilla I need. 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla and a quarter teaspoon of salt. Okay, I'll just put I've got the half already, so I'll just do this in first and then add the teaspoon. Now, I'll add and I'll get one of these other ones here for my vanilla. And a little one. These are not organized, but I'll get the smallest one I can find. Sorry about that. You can do it. These are also from Pampered Chef. They're very nice. Here it is. These are very nice little things. And this is only a quarter teaspoon of salt. I better not include my vanilla up, so I don't put that back in there again. And what I'm using is sea salt. Let me go ahead and put my almond milk back real quick. Now I'm going to put this lid back on. I'm going to mix all this, and then we're going to pour it into an 8 by 8 inch pan, which I have a glass pan, and it's going to bake for 25 to 27 minutes. So it won't be in there that long, so you'll be able to just watch them when they come out, see what they look like. Sorry for my arm. Okay. Pretty well all processed now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a half a cup of carob chips. And then when I put it in my pan, I'll add a little bit more on top. That's what they said to do. It said a third to a half. So, and I'm not going to run the food processor. I'm just going to stir it on around. And just stir them in. Let me get it. I'll just use this spoon. Pull the blade out. It'll be a little easier to stir it around. Okay. Now I've got my 8 by 8 pan greased with coconut oil. I did that before I came in here. Wow, I almost dropped those on the floor. And this is supposed to make 12 bars. Oops, I forgot again. I'm going to have to, you'll have to pardon me. I'm going to have to set my oven. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, there we go. Turn my oven on. I should have done it sooner because it's going to take time to heat it. But at 350, it doesn't take very long anyway. Welcome to everybody that's in here. I know 12 isn't very much. If you have a family, you could probably get by with doubling the recipe to make it more for your family. But for me, that's sufficient because I'm the only one eating it anyway. I move this out of the way, put it in the sink because I don't want this dish to fall on the floor and then I lose it all. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to spread it around as soon as I get this all in here. Spread it around in my pan. I'll pull it back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing because you can't see what I'm doing otherwise. Sorry about that. Okay. Now I'm going to take it, I'm going to get it all around the bottom. And it's baked on 350 for 25 to 27 minutes. And as soon as my oven gets lit, then I can put it in there. In the meantime, I can talk to you. I'm going to pour a little bit more of the chips on top too. That's what they said to do. Thank you for the hearts and super hearts if you give me any. Thank you for those. They're all appreciated very much. There. Now I've got it. It's all ready to go into the oven. Well, it tastes pretty good, but it'll taste even better once it's baked. Once it's baked, it'll taste a lot better. I really haven't made anything with almond butter in it. And since I had this almond butter sitting here, I thought, well, I'm going to use that then. Because almond butter is real. Oh, doesn't it though? As soon as it comes out, then we'll be able to see what it looks like. Because I have to leave it sit before I can even cut into them. But they're simple to make. And I'll post this up on my group. Plus, I will post it up on YouTube as usual. Like I said, I have fun trying to find recipes and trying to see what I can make for you because I have fun making for other people. You know, and I like cooking for myself, and I like sharing my knowledge with other people. That's what it's all about. Being able to come in here and share my knowledge with you and being able to show you what I can do so that you can make it yourself. I like the simple recipes, though, and those that are sharing this Periscope out, I appreciate that as well. Thank you for that very much. I love the fact I can come in here and share my knowledge with you. I can show you what I made, but you can probably make it too. This is a simple recipe to make. It won't take very long at all. As you can see, it's going to be it's only going to be 12. I'll have to leave it after it comes out 15 minutes before I can even cut it. But oh wow, that is a pretty bad one. I didn't get that one. I'm going to have to go back and see if I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it blocked. Please start, if you can, if whoever can, just start moderating these for me. If I miss them, go ahead and report them because we're getting, Leslie had well over, I think she had about close to 8,000 in hers today because she got featured. And a lot of them were bots and they were trolls. Most of them were trolls. And it seems like Deanna D, she's the one that blocks for her. She was blocking one after another, after another, after another, after another. And I was catching some of them that she wasn't catching at first. So if you could help me by trying to catch these ones, they're really getting bad. And then you got offensive people coming in and saying bad things. I don't understand why they like to do that. You know, they're crazy. it seems like they're for one thing and one thing only, you know, and I don't go along with that. So if you catch ones and I don't catch them, I appreciate that because I don't always see them. I try to get them when I see them, but that person just happened to see it right at the right time. But if there was any that I missed when I first came in here and while I was making it, you'll have to take care of them for me, and I'll block them later. This is a simple recipe to make, one that you can all make, and it's not something that's going to harm you either because, as you can see, I didn't use chocolate chips. I used carob chips. I happen to get these from Amazon. It's called Hoosier Hill, and I think this is a pound worth. I bought a couple bags of them. I'm on my second one. I never do use chocolate chips. They taste just like chocolate chips if you've had a milk chocolate chips, but these are better for you. They're won't harm you, you know, and they're natural, where the chocolate chips are not. The chocolate has got all kinds of stuff in it that you don't want to put in your body. So if you can buy carob chips, do that because it's from the vegan. It's a vegan plant. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I'm waiting to get my oven lit before I can put this in here, and I'm doing just fine. Thank you for asking, and thank you for coming in. This isn't baked yet. I'm still waiting to get my oven done. Oh, does it? I don't know if mine does here in Oregon. I don't know if it really does. I wish they did. I think sometime in November that we'll be getting information this month. Sometime in November they'll be coming to our church again for food. And if they happen to carry it, I might just order it on, because we get pamphlets that says what they have, and we can order off the pamphlet and just contact the ABC or order it through there, and then they you know will bring it when they come. You're in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm in Oregon. I don't know if like I said, if our ABC has it or not. I know they have a lot of the vegetarian foods, but whether they have those or not. Oh, you too. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming in. I don't bake as much as some people do because I'm the only one here. I do more cooking than I do baking, but I happened to find this recipe on Pinterest because as I was talking to my daughter this morning, she was looking for recipes on Pinterest, and I thought, oh yeah, Pinterest has a lot too, and I'm a member of Pinterest. And I don't usually go in there, but I thought, well, I'll go in there and see what I can find. I happened to just put down vegan recipes. Well, this was on the first page, and I thought, hey, now these look simple enough to make. I'm just going to go ahead and make them because they don't have that many ingredients, and the simpler the better, I feel. I don't like anything that takes a long time to make. The prep work is a little bit longer than what it would take to bake them. You know, it takes about 30 minutes for the prep work, and then you got about 27 to bake it, put in the oven. So it's almost an hour. But if your prep work takes a lot longer than baking, then you know it's a pretty good recipe. Hi Nisi, good to see you. Welcome. So I just thought I'll go ahead and make it, see how long it's going to take, and I'll just do that, and I'll talk to you while it's in the oven. It should be going off before too long. I get it ready to go off, and then I can stand and put this in there and talk to you, because I have to be in there 25 to 27 minutes. But try to make your own foods if at all possible. What did I do today? Well, you'll have to go back and watch the replay after the Periscope is over. I'm making chocolate chip, as you can see from the title, chocolate chip almond bar bars. They're vegan and gluten-free. I also put that in my title as well. So a lot of people like to have gluten-free. They want vegan. I know I don't have a lot of vegans in here, but a lot of them may eventually turn vegan. Now, I'm not going to force anybody to become vegan because that's not what I do. I am vegan because it's right for me, and I feel much better being a vegan, and Erlene's a vegan. There's other ones in here that are vegans, but I'm not going to force my veganism on everybody else. However, it is for everyone, but not everyone chooses to be vegan. They choose to eat their meat, their cheese, drink their milk. I don't want to do any of that. No, this is my own home. I don't even know what Beyonce's house looks like. I would not go to Beyonce's house if she invited me, which she would never would because I don't know her. I want nothing to do with Beyonce. Oh my goodness. If you knew what Beyonce was all about, you wouldn't have asked that. I mean, it's a simple question, but no way. I'm at my own house. Why would I be doing this at somebody else's house? That makes no sense. This is my own kitchen, sparse. It's not, it's not the best in the world because I've got things everywhere, but it's just for me. It's just me, and I don't, and it works for me. So that was a silly question, but anyway, you get those kind of people in here. Oh, she is vegan? Well, bless her heart. I didn't know that she was. I didn't realize that she's vegan. That's great that she is. No, no, I don't. She doesn't know me, and I don't know her from singing, which I don't listen to her singing, but I have seen different shows on the 4th of July where she would be singing for the 4th of July festivities. But other than that, well, I wouldn't walk across the street to watch Beyonce. She's demonic. She's not Christian. If you knew what she stood for, you wouldn't watch her either. Oh, I'm going to get this in there right now. Wait, hold on. And I'll set this for 27 minutes just for the safe side. Excuse my arm here. There. Sorry about that. There. I set it for 27 minutes, so now we can wait for it to get done. It won't take very long. I was married. I am not now. I am divorced. No, it's not something I like to talk about because it was an amicable divorce, but right now we are not talking. Yeah, I know. Right now we are not talking. He stopped talking to me, and only thing I can do is just hope and pray that he starts talking again. I did send him a letter, and hopefully he'll respond. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. He has another girlfriend now, so he doesn't give me any time of day, and he tries to bring her into the family way, and my son isn't happy about it. Neither am I. We've tried to talk to him, but it's neither here nor there. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But I've been divorced 11 years now. It'll be 12 years in January. So I'm okay with it now. It's just hard seeing him with somebody else. That's the only thing I don't like. I'm not supposed to bring her around me, and yet he did. He brought her around me, and that really upset the apple cart. But anyway, I'm okay with it. I'm by myself. No, I do not eat meat. I am a complete plant-based person. I'm a health reformer, if you want to call it that. I'm a health reformer. I do not eat meat of any kind. Nothing with a face. No meat, no pork, absolutely no pork. It's one of them. That is a taboo according to the Bible. No pork, no chicken, no pork, no hamburger, nothing like that. No veal, none of that. It's not good for you. Your body is not meant to have it. And people don't understand that. Oh, I remind you of your grandmother. No, I don't. However, I have been prompted by people in my periscopes that are not here right now, but other ones have prompted me to actually start a cookbook. Well, my ex-husband and I have 2 children, a boy and a girl. The boy lives here in Oregon. He lives about 21 miles from me. And my daughter lives in St. Louis, Missouri, which I have not seen her in 10 years. So what I'm going to do come next year around summer, probably around June, is I want to go visit her because I haven't seen her in so long. Because she can't come here because there's 4 of them to one of me. So I'll hope and pray that I can get back there and I can visit her for at least a week or so. It'll be good old times and we'll do a lot of things together. I'm looking forward to that. I want to so bad. That's my plan, to go back and see her. She wants me back there to visit, and I want to go back there and visit her too. So, but she's not vegan. My son's not vegan. What do I do in my spare time? Well, in my spare time, I've been making hats and scarves for the homeless. Right now, I'm illuminating an Afghan that I'm planning on doing for the homeless. I just started on it a couple days ago, so I haven't gotten much done on an Afghan loom, which is a lot of work to do, a lot of fun, but I do like doing that. Oh, thank you. That's what I like to do in my spare time. Plus, I do watch videos. I watch different YouTube videos, not bad ones, mind you. I only watch good ones, and do that. And I have a puzzle game on my iPad. I like to play once in a while. It's a coloring puzzle. Hi, Alexis. Good to see you. Welcome. I got my got it in the oven, so you'll have to watch it. Well, you'll have to see what it looks like when it comes out. If you want to see how I made it, you'll have to go back and watch the replay from the very beginning to see how I made it. So, very simple to make. And I'll tell you what it has in it. Okay, 1/2 cup of dates soaked. Oh, I'm just fine, Alexis. And tell Zay I said hi. Good to see you. 1/2 cup of dates soaked. 3/4 cup of almond butter, which I happen to have almond butter that I bought at the store a while back. 1/4 cup of applesauce. 1/4 cup of almond milk, which I use the unsweetened almond milk. 1/4 cup of oat flour, and I took just quick oats that I had, and I just made flour out of them. 1½ teaspoons of baking soda. 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/3 to 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, plus more for the top. So that's what I've done. And I use carob chips. I use these. I got these from Amazon. Oh, much better. It's amazing how I feel. You know, it was so hard at first because I wanted to eat the meat so bad. And I often thought to myself, well, can I keep going like this? Can I do this? Because it was very difficult because I'm so used to eating meat. But then I decided, you know, I can. It's not that hard. Just tell myself I don't need it. Yes, he does. He certainly does. And it was real simple to walk. Yeah. Cheese was the biggest downfall I think I ever had because I ate a lot of dairy cheese, which we know is not good for us. Now, that's my son. He eats a lot of dairy cheese, and he knows it's not good for him, but yeah, he still eats it anyway. He says, Mom, I know I shouldn't be eating this, but I can't stop. Well, I'm hoping that he'll stop someday. You know, it's not healthy, you know, everything in moderation anyway, you know, and, thank you. And they also, hi, good to see you, welcome. They also use eggs because I don't know if they eat eggs themselves, but they use eggs for cakes because she makes cakes as a sideline business. She's a secretary at our Christian school, our Adventist Christian school, but she makes cakes as a sideline because she makes anniversary cakes, birthday cakes, and wedding cakes, and she sells them, and so she has to have eggs to put into them, you know, so they raise chickens to get their eggs, and they're not going to kill the chickens and eat them because they will not eat meat. They don't eat meat at all. No, I'm retired. I'm 70 years old, so I'm retired, so I don't work. I haven't worked in a long time. Okay, thank you. Yeah. People keep telling me that I don't look 70 years old. And some days I feel it and some days I don't. Where did I worked at different places. You'll take 2 dozen? Oh, thank you, Alexis. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. That's what everybody keeps telling me. Somebody in my Periscope one day, I think it was last week, told me that I looked like I was aging backwards. I thought that was quite a compliment because I said, well, that's better than aging forwards, going forwards, you know, and some days I feel older than other days. Yeah, I know. Praise God for the diet. You know, if only people would understand to be on a plant-based diet, be a health reformer is the best way to go. It's a lot better for you. Someone said you look 16. You are very young, Alexis. You do look like you're 16. I'll admit that. You look like a real young teenager because you're a pretty girl and you're 29, but you do not look it. And I think it's the way the food you're eating too. You just don't look it, you know. And Zay is adorable. He's just so cute. But, you know, I'm glad that I could start this diet. I should have started a long time ago, to tell you the truth. I really should have instead of waiting until now. But oh, you get funny looks with your son. They think that you're 16 and should be having a child. No, she sure doesn't. Yeah. See, the problem of it is, if they think you're 16, then they'll stereotype you as that, and they'll say, well, you shouldn't be having a child at 16 years of age. That's none of their business, and besides, it happens all the time. Girls are always getting pregnant at a very young age and having children. What's the big deal, you know? It's none of their business, you know. But you don't look no 29, not at all. I mean, I'm shocked that you said you're 29. You just don't look it. That goes to show you that you're eating healthy, Alexis. You're eating like you're supposed to eat. And I should have started this a long time ago than when I did. And I wish I had. I would have. I realize now that I started a little later than I should. I don't know. It's been set. I'd have to look at the bake time. I set it for 27 minutes. I don't know how many more it's got to go. It'll go off. It'll go off when it's time. It'll beep. So I'll let it. I'll take it out there. And it's only 27, so it isn't that long. Oh yes, exactly. You were born in 89. Okay, I was born in 1948. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. 48 was many, many moons ago. You know, some days I feel older than I do, and some days I don't. You know, I'm just happy that the Lord has given me all these years of life, that He's preserved my life these many years. And how many more we have, I don't know. You know. Oh, yeah, thank you, Alexis, and same here with you. Yes, I'm quite thankful I'm here too, and I'm thankful that we have a medium like this, that we can come in here and we can share our ideas with other people. This is a good way to do it, you know, because I like cooking, and now that I've been on this plant-based journey, I seem to do a lot more. I didn't cook a lot before. I mean, I cooked, but I never really came in here and showed you what I could do, you know. And I didn't start on Periscope from the very beginning. I think it must have been probably a year maybe before I even got started on Periscope, because I was a little, hi Teresa, good to see you, welcome, because I was a little apprehensive to come in here. I was so shy at the time. And people that know me and have been following me for a while know when I first came on Periscope, I would do maybe a 4-minute scope, and that's all I would do, because I was so shy that I didn't want to, hi Heather, good to see you, welcome, that I didn't come on any longer. But now it's not unusual for me to have a cooking scope an hour, and the religious scopes maybe 2 hours, and sometimes a little longer. Hi, good to see you, welcome. Thank you for coming in and sharing this out. So it took me a little while to get out of my shyness, but once I got out of it, you know, it's nothing now. I can come on here and show my face, and I figure, well, if people don't like to look at me, they don't have to look at me. They don't have to come in here, you know. I'm going to show what I look like, and people will have to deal with it. And if they don't like it, oh well, you know, there's nothing I can do. I can't change my looks. I can't change the looks that God gave me. I mean, I looked like my father. I wish I looked like my mother, because she was a beautiful woman. My father was kind of homely looking. That's really, he really was. But I have to accept the way God made me. I can't change it. You know, this is me. I am who I am, and that's all that I am, and I can't change it. Yes, He did. He made us all beautiful, even though we don't think that we are. You know, hi Alexis. You missed me making my bars, but they're in the oven, and as soon as they come out, I'll let you see what they look like. I keep hearing about you having mega people on your scope, Alexis. I don't know how you're doing it, but I can't seem to get as many as you get. I'm lucky if I get 300 in mine. And I put everything on it I should, and I still don't get them. Oh, yes, we are. But Alexis is following somebody, or somebody's following her that has 2 million followers. So when she comes on Periscope early in the morning, which I don't call in her Periscopes because I'm sleeping, that guy must bring half of his 2 million followers in her scope, because it's nothing for her to get 500, 600,000 on her Periscopes now. Oh, yeah, I know you're getting a lot. Like Leslie said, you're doing really good. She commented about that in her scope today, that you are really getting a lot of people on your scopes. Seems like several 100,000 every time. I don't know if that counts or not. If they're actual real people or if they're just bots. Oh, she's in here right now. It's a woman that's in here. Alexis Can Do. She's in here and I'm talking to her. Oh, there are several. Oh, see, that's what it is. Gold stars. Yep. See, and I'm trying to work my way up to the gold one. I'm still sitting at silver yet. And I don't know when I'm going to get to gold. You were featured this morning. And Leslie was just featured when she came on at my time at 11 o'clock. She was featured too. Oh, you have a crush on Alexis. Oh, the number makes you trending. Yes, it sure does. You know something? I don't really worry about it. If I'm ever featured, it's lucky. I'm lucky when I'm featured, but I'm thankful when I am, because then I get hundreds of people in here. I think the most I ever had in one Periscope was 13,000. For me, that was a lot of people. You know, it's nothing compared to what you get now. 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, whatever. You know, if I ever get that many, I'd probably fall flat on the floor. But I'm thankful for what I do get. I'm getting a little bit more now than I used to, because I'm starting to put different things on my title. I'm getting about 300 now, but it's helping. Every little bit helps. Oh, yeah, they're horrible. Leslie got bots. Not only had she had bots, but she had a lot of very disgusting trolls on hers today. And I was reporting them, and by the time I reported them, Dee would see that they were bad people, so she'd block them. Since she has Dee blocking for her, you know, she goes into Go-To Kitchens and blocks for her. So I'm trying to take care of them the best I can. She is. She's really nice. She's very nice, you know. But I'm thankful for what I do get, even though I wish I could get more. But, you know, oh, put the dot between Periscope and TV. Thanks, Alexis. I didn't know that. I'll do that the next time. Thank you for letting me know. That probably will help. But, you know, I tried... Erlene did message me once and said how I should do it. And I guess I just didn't pay attention to that dot being there. I know you said at Periscope TV. .tv. Yeah, you're probably right. At Periscope.tv. Why I missed that dot, I don't know. But at least I'm getting a different title anyway. It's not actual chocolate. What I'm using are carob chips. They're similar to chocolate, but they don't taste any, well, they taste like chocolate as far as the taste, but they're not chocolate. These are vegan, and these are natural. They come from a plant, and I'm not sure exactly where they're grown, but it comes from, there's a carob tree, I think it's, and there's also carob powder, which I've used that for pies, and now I have the chips. I made some fudge the other day on Friday for the potluck Sabbath, and it takes a cup of carob chips, a cup of peanut butter, and 3/4 cup of maple syrup. It's to die for. Oh, I think that's a bot. I think that somebody's comment, whoever made that comment, your comment got repeated. You know, it's not so bad when they repeat comments, but still, I think Periscope needs to clean these bots up. At one time they had cleaned them all up because I lost something like 100 to 200 followers because of the bots. It'd be a lot more than that now because I have somewhere over 2,000 blocked. I have to go into my Periscope profile every day and check to see who's been on my replay. And if I see a bot there, I will automatically block them because I do not want them following me everywhere I go. I do not want them coming into my Periscopes because they're annoying. They don't say anything. They just repeat everything. I do too. I do, Alexis. Now, I did see there is a Periscope update the other day that you can choose moderators to moderate. It's a group moderation. Yeah, you have to. You have to follow you have to check it every day. But you can choose moderators, but you have to. It's a group moderation thing, and you guess if you scope to the group or something like that. I'm not going to do that, but oh yeah, new features for yeah, they are new features. Yeah, the moderators. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I saw that when I updated it, I saw that's what the new feature was. I haven't used it yet. I don't know how to do it really. Changing the title after the broad. Yeah, many times I will make a mistake, and I'll start my broadcast and somebody will tell me that I made a mistake on the title. Well, that's pretty good that you go in. I don't know how once you go live, how you change it, because you can't get back to that title screen. So I don't know how you do that. I'll have to figure that out. But 90 degrees there, you're really getting hot today, aren't you, Alexis? We're going to be 79 today. I think 78 tomorrow. 77 on Friday. Oh, yeah, now I can. Good. But we're getting in the 70s. And up until next Wednesday, I believe, we're going to be in the 70s. And then after next Wednesday, we're going to start falling into the 60s, and we're going to stay in the 60s during the day, but the upper 40s at night. So it won't be too bad. Maybe I won't have to run my furnace. I did run it this morning for a little while until it started warming up outside, and then I shut it off. Watch my replay and touch the 3 dots. Okay. Thank you, Alexis, for telling me. I will do just that. Thank you for telling me. Because sometimes I do make a mistake on my title. Yeah, well, it's a lot of trial and error. I know Arlene said the same thing. Hers doesn't always exactly come out the way mine does. You don't worry about it. You just keep trying. Try again. Because you're going to make mistakes at first. It's hard to get it right the very first time, because I have found recipes that I thought would be really good. And I followed it to the letter. And it never turned out the way it was supposed to. It didn't taste good, and I thought to myself, well, what did I do wrong? So that does happen. If you find a recipe that you like, try it, and if it doesn't work out, you could try it again, either that or just scrap it and not worry about it. There are some recipes that I've done that I will never do again. Of course, there's other ones that I've done that I will do again because they keep working out. So as long as they, I can do them and I have no problem with them, I'll keep doing them. But it's all trial and error. Bryce made it to school for 10:30. What do you have? How come you were so late, Alexis? You've been driving around but listening. Okay, Arlene. All right. Thank you. You left a message for him to be late. Oh, okay. Well, at least he made it to school. Oh no, he didn't get up, because I know you usually get him up in the mornings when you do your Periscope, and you couldn't get him out of bed. Oh man. Well, shame on him, He was on a breakfast date with Aubrey. Well, that's probably why then. I guess that's a good excuse as any. Whether the school's going to accept it or not, who knows? But I guess that's a pretty good excuse. You made him late this time? Oh, Alexis, you kind of made a mistake this time, didn't you? You're always getting him up too, and you made him a little late this time. Well, tomorrow he can do better. You can get him to school on time tomorrow, or he can get himself to school on time. He wasn't on a date. Well, that's a good excuse though, if he was on a date with Aubrey. He has to get up himself. Yeah, there you go. He's old enough to get himself up. You know what he might need? Does he have an alarm clock? If he doesn't have an alarm clock, you better get him one. Set that alarm clock. Maybe you get him one for Christmas. That's right. You won't be there. So he needs to get himself up on time. The best thing he could do, like I said, is have an alarm clock. Be sure and set the alarm clock, and he will get up on time then. That's a good idea, to get him an alarm clock for the holidays, for Christmas. So that way he'll be sure to get himself up on time. And it's a good thing that you're doing that, Alexis, because he can't rely on you all the time. Yeah, there you go, a fire truck outside. Oh, man, yes, if a fire truck won't wake him up and an alarm clock won't wake him up, I don't know what the heck will. That is funny. Who'd ever thought, he could use a fire truck outside. But you're right. He will never get himself up. If you let him get himself up now, he'll learn what it is to get himself up when he goes to college. Otherwise, He's going to depend on you all the time to get him up. And that's a good thing that you're doing, Alexis. I forgot about that. So he needs to learn to get himself up on time. Yeah, he does. That's the thing. They do. They always rely on you completely. They rely on you when they shouldn't. Oh, you're... looks like he got copied. That's the problem. Young teenagers will. My oldest grandsons, when they lived at home, they relied on my daughter to make sure that they got up in time for school. Of course, the younger ones do now too, but they're not responsible enough to get up themselves. She has to get them up because they're only 12 and soon to be 8. So she has to be there for them. But I can understand you telling him that he's got to learn how to do it on his own. Yeah, there you go. Dorm with him. Yep. That. I don't know if that's what Alexis wants to do, though. She's already been to school, and I feel like Alexis. I don't want to go back to school again. He'll be okay. He'll do fine. Oh, that's what your mom says? To go to school with him to make sure he gets up on time? Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a lot you have to worry about as a parent. When my kids were younger, I constantly worried about them getting sick. And when they did get sick, believe me, I was awake all night long because I couldn't sleep for fear that I would miss something. So I would keep one ear open at all times to be there when they got sick to be. And I was the one. My husband never did now. I was the one that cleaned up after their messes when they got sick. He never did. I'd have to get up in the middle of the night and clean them up. And that always perturbed me about him. That he could saw logs. He could snore like the best of them. And I would have to get up. I'm not what you call a real heavy sleeper. I was a light enough sleeper that I was real recognizant of when they woke up. And when they got sick, I was right there trying to take care of them. I did that all the time. He never did that. So he never knew what it was like to change their diapers and clean up after them when they got sick. I'm the one that did it all the time, So I know it's rough to be a parent of a young child. Now both of my kids are out of the house. They've got children of their own. My daughter's got 4 sons. My son's got a boy and a girl, and they're out on their own. And my son's kids are 19 and 16. They're growing right up. So it's amazing how fast they grow up. They don't stay little very long. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Yes, you have to do that. You know what you have to do? This is what you have to do. And I've done it many times. And it's not easy to do. But you have to show tough love. You can't always be there for them. You have to show them tough love. There's going to come a time he's probably going to come back and say, well, can I have money for this and have money for that? Well, what you have to tell him. You're working, buy it yourself. My oldest grandson's doing that to my daughter. He's got 2 jobs, and yet he asked her to buy him a game now and make it his Christmas present. And it's $60. And I told her, I says, don't do it. He's got a $14 an hour job at Costco. He can pay it himself. Let me turn this off and I'll go get my hot pads. I mean, a $14 an hour job. Okay, Alexis, thank you for coming. Oh, yeah, it's done. I'm going to take it out right now. Right now. All right, got to start getting up. Okay, there you go. Can you see it okay? There, they're done. They look good, don't they? And I have to leave them sit for about 15 minutes before I can even cut them because I have to let it cool off. Yeah, different money. Oh, pan's too hot for the mat. Oh, I'm sorry, Alexis. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't want to burn the mat. Oh boy. I don't want to burn the mat. I don't want to burn my counter either. But okay, I'll just sit it here. Sorry, I'll take it off the mat. Okay, there we go. I'll just do this. Sit this up here. I'm glad you told me, Alexis. I don't want to burn the mat. There we go. So I just... Yeah, I don't want to burn the mat. It didn't. It's fine. It didn't even burn the mat. And I've been putting stuff on there right out of the oven before, and I didn't know that. I'm glad you told me, Alexa. See, with you being in here, I'm learning because I did not know what the mats can have and what they can't. So, and it seems to be okay. It's just fine. I'm going to try to lift this up and see if I can put my rag under there a little bit. But there, now that'll work. There we go. So, oh yeah, I do it all. Now that I know, I won't do it anymore. I do have one, as a matter of fact. I do have a cooling rack, and I should have got it out. Thank you, boy. Alexis, you're right on the ball. Thank you. I should have put it on the cooling rack. Well, let me pick it up here, and I'll put it on the cooling rack, and then I'll move it back. Oops, I don't want it falling on the floor. Let me get it there so it wants to slide. There we go. Now you can see it. There you go. I should have put it on the cooling rack. I should have set the cooling rack on the mat, and I didn't do that. But there we go. Doesn't that look good? Oh, cool from the bottom also. Okay, good. Thank you, Alexis. So, yeah, I forgot I had the cooling rack bought a while, but doesn't it look good? I have to let them cool off, and then and like I said, it only makes about 12, but it's different. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Alexis. I'm glad you're in here. You're helping me out because I did not know. Next time I get anything out of the oven, I'll use this cooling rack to put it on top of the mat and use it that way. I did not know. I don't want to ruin these mats at all, you know. So, but okay, you got to go. Okay, Alexis. Well, thank you for coming in. See you too, and I'll watch your replay. Bye-bye. But you can see these are very simple to make. They're not hard to make at all, and they look real good. I'm going to post this up on Facebook. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I cut into them, and then I'll post it up on Facebook when I put them on a plate or something, and then I'll show what it looks like in Facebook that way. So I think I'm going to go for now because I got a few dishes I have to do. But I thank you all for coming in and sharing this out, and thank you for the super hearts, Arlene. God bless you for that. And thank you for the regular hearts. I appreciate every one of them. And until we meet again, I'm not sure if I'll come on tomorrow or not, but I might. Hi, good to see you. I was just ready to leave. You'll have to watch the replay. But until we meet again, take care. God bless, and bye-bye.